You're listening to the Nerd of Godcast, that place on the Venn diagram of life where Christ culture and nerd culture find sweet, sweet two-player co-op.
Welcome to the City of Lost Children, a foggy museum where the neon still flickers, the VHS tracking lines still wobble, and the mascots smile bravely from boxes that no one has opened since 1994. My name is Tony T, and we are here to geek out and give glory to God tonight on this here Nerd of Godcast, where Christ culture and nerd culture have purchased an empty storage unit, and they're digging through all the boxes, hoping to find some kind of a buried treasure, but they will probably just get moldy old magazines. We're going to have a great time tonight geeking out and giving glory to God, but I'm not going to be doing it by myself. With me, as always, he is the very best at being the very worst, the raging cage and the king under the mountain. Everybody say, what's up, Steve-O Supremo?
Hi.
Often imitated, never successfully duplicated, not even under the most pristine laboratory conditions. It's my main man, Quentin Gregory Neff.
We ain't had nothing but moldy, maggoty magazines for 3 stinking days.
Magazines?
That's how Neff warms up his voice.
That's right. The best guy you're ever going to meet till you're on the wrong side of a PvP match with him. Everybody say Wagwan to my friend Jamaican Ollie.
Wagwan.
There he is, and she is salty and sweet, conveniently pocket-sized. For your window to the magic, Jackie freaking Diaz.
Hey, howdy, hey.
All right, so let's see. We got Ollie, we got Jackie, we got Steven, we got Neff. I'm Tony T. Nikisha's on the camera, and over in the booth, pushing all the buttons to keep this bucket of bolts flying, it is our own resident smart guy, Nick, the engineer.
Hello.
There he is, and we are so glad that you are here with us today. We want to know what you're all about and what gets you jumping up and shouting, and the best way for you to do that is to connect with us across all the social media. Scotty Higa, tell them how they can do it.
Wherever there are people online who love Jesus and nerdy stuff, the Nerd of Godcast is there. Follow us on all the socials at Nerd of Godcast and visit nerdofgodcast.com to step into a whole world of faith and fandom. Level up your weekdays with the snack-sized inspiration of the Daily Nerd Devo. Support this ministry as a patron and get early and exclusive content. And join our online small group, the Nerd of God Squad, on Facebook, where you can share some memes and live your dreams. Discover it all at nerdofgodcast.com. Now, back to the show.
And we're back, and we want to know more about you, and we're going to do that in a segment that we call the 2-Question Interview.
It's the 2-question interview. Bum, bum.
And that just actually reminded me that I have a fun and exciting secret that I can't tell anybody.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Can't tell you, but you can tell me.
Then why would you say anything about
Because I just got excited, and sometimes when I'm excited and my mouth is open, words just form and spill out. Steven?
It's also just fun to mess with Steven.
It really, really is.
I know.
And it's a secret about Steven.
it? I don't believe it.
It's true.
Send me
It's
a
true.
text.
I'm sending it to everybody but
Text
Steven.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
Beep, beep,
All right.
beep, 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 beep. Send.
Oh, you sent it to me.
Oh, no!
Joke's
the
on-
secret's out.
His mother said what?
Steven knows that he was adopted and raised by raccoons now.
Wait, that was a secret?
Yeah.
I didn't know you already knew.
He keeps thinking of my trash. I knew it.
2 questions tonight. The first one is this. What is something that's super mainstream that everybody loves, but you just can't get into?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
I've tried it, and it's not bad. It's just not for me. But most,
Terry Crews.
I like everybody in the show, and I've seen clips. And I'm like, that's funny, but I just can't get into the show.
Can't get into it. Okay. All right. Sometimes that kind of comedy is like a you had to be there comedy.
There's also a difference between the choosing. Like, I choose not to be a part of some franchises, but that one I've tried it. It's just not for me.
Just not for you? Okay, that's fair. Jackie, what's something that's like super mainstream that everybody loves, but just not your jam?
I don't pay attention to the mainstream. What is mainstream right now?
Whoa.
What is mainstream?
Wow.
That is the most hipster and old lady thing you've ever said.
I think Labubu are.
I can't stand Labubu's.
There we go. That's it.
That's it.
There
I
we
don't
go.
like 'em.
Wait, the things that we hate because I want to change my answer to that. Avatar.
But
Okay.
here's the thing: is that like there are things that are mainstream that I absolutely just can't stand. But you know what? If it brings you joy and it doesn't bring harm to other people,
No, we're
pop
not,
off, Queen.
We're not talking about yucking somebody's yums there or anything like that. It's just something that you can't vibe with. Like, I can't get down with it. Like, it's just
Labubu's deserve to be set on fire and
Okay.
then put in the trash.
Jackie has come full hate mode tonight, and I am here for it, girl. Quentin, what's something that's real mainstream that everybody loves, but You just can't get into it.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to say it.
Say it.
Okay.
And I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
Say it again, buddy.
You know Figment from Epcot?
You know what? You
Hold on a second. That's not even main. I wouldn't even say that's necessarily
no,
mainstream.
that is very mainstream.
For the Disney.
Well, I guess
Disney
now,
people?
like within the past 5 years maybe, but before
Yeah, 'cause
5
they
years
started
ago, it was
giving
not
him
a mainstream
merchandise.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can't stand him. I think Figment, little dragon guy. I can't stand. He's so annoying.
He's the figment
You know
of
what?
imagination. That's
You're
why Neff's not
annoying.
very
Awful.
creative. He doesn't like the figment of the imagination.
I don't.
You know what,
like
Neff?
Figment.
Nobody else was allowed to crap on their answers, and nobody's crapping on your answer, even though you're wrong.
Apparently they are.
Ollie, what's something that's super mainstream that you just can't get into?
So for the second recording in a row, I'm going to go controversial.
Oh,
Apple products.
Apple products.
Oh,
Yeah.
it says
That's
the guy
fair.
with an Android.
No, that's fair. That's a very Ollie answer.
Yes.
Is there a reason why? Is it just one of those? Hey, I made my decision early on, and this is just what I'm used to now. Like why
I
the
think
kids
that's
who
fair.
played Sega Master System and Sega Genesis, like they got into it, and that was just the channel they were on, or what? What? I'm not trying to persuade you in any way. I'm just
Okay.
asking why.
Why? I just feel like not the people who own them necessarily, but
everyone at the table owns them except you.
Oh,
Yes,
so
exactly.
this is not a technical thing. This is a personal thing.
no. I was just gonna say.
Are you calling us elitist snobs? Just
No,
because our devices are better than yours?
Oh,
yeah.
are they? Are they?
All right.
Oliver, who ruins our group text with
Yeah.
his green text.
Oliver's
Green
Oliver,
bubbles for life.
Oliver, who for some reason gets random Spanish text messages
Oh
from
my
when Charlotte
gosh.
likes something in the group text, but everybody else just sees the heart.
And then
Dude,
all
if
of
y'all could see our
No,
group
wait.
chat,
I saw the Spanish message.
I did it.
I
only
saw it. I saw
didn't
it.
see
I will
once.
back you up on that, Oliver.
I don't pay
You
attention
know,
to the
that's
group
a
chat.
that's a yes,
Yeah,
you do.
yeah, and I have an exact answer of how I know you don't pay attention to the group chat. We'll talk about it
If
afterwards.
that's the Sega Genesis. Oliver is the Atari Jaguar. kid.
He is the TurboGrafx 16.
Oliver is like Squidward in SpongeBob. He's just really afraid, like when Squidward was anti the Krusty Krab burger itself, like a Krabby Patty, and then he had it, and then he just ate every single Krabby Patty he could find.
You're afraid that
Oliver is afraid that he's going to try an iPhone, and then he's just going to sell everything and buy nothing but Apple products. and eat
Oliver
nothing
read
but
his
Apple.
Bible. He's like, man, listen, that first couple tried to eat an apple, and it didn't work out well for them. So, all right, no, good deal, Oliver. I support you on that. You
Thank
do
you.
you, boo-boo.
Yes.
Love boo boo.
So, Nick, is there something that's like super mainstream that everybody loves, but it ain't your jam?
I haven't really gotten into Stranger Things.
That's a
That's
great
okay.
answer, though.
Yeah.
That's
Because that is a super mainstream thing, and
It
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just haven't-
Do you see that you might get into it one day, or just no interest?
Maybe. I had interest whenever it first came out, but then like 5 seasons later, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I lost interest in Stranger Things. I never made it through season 3. That's a good, solid answer.
It is.
Yeah, good, solid answer. Something that's super mainstream that everybody loves, I can't get into. And I love video games. Video games are probably my number one like nerdy thing.
It's Grand Theft Auto.
What?
Grand Theft Auto.
You know what? I liked the one on the PlayStation 1 that it was overhead. I just don't know. The other ones, who wants to play a 3D Grand Theft Auto game? If I want to steal a car, I can go out and do that in real life.
It's Florida.
You just walk up to a car and you push triangle and you're in. No, like for me, it's online gaming. Like I don't want to go play games
Get
online.
Fortnites.
I don't want to play Fortnite. I don't want to play
I won't let you
Call
play
of Duty.
Fortnite.
I don't want to play like fighting games. Like I really like Tekken, but I don't want to play Tekken online. I like wrestling. The wrestling games. I don't want to go play like a wrestling game online. I want to sit on the couch next to somebody and play a game like we did back in 1987. That was how God intended it.
Couch co-op.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I don't like playing online. I just don't get into it.
That's
It's
fair.
not my jam.
Yeah.
I did play Overwatch for a little while
That
online,
was
and I
fun.
had fun. But it was because of the people more than it was because of the playing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not
That's
my
why I
jam.
play
And I know it's
Fortnite.
mainstream. Like I know I'm in the super minority about that. But you know that's another thing.
That's a good answer, and it's not a hateful answer.
No,
like
no, it's
half
not
an
hateful.
hour.
Just not my jam.
I hate
Not my jam.
Laboos. I hate Frigbert.
You're allowed to hate
I'm sorry,
things.
Alex.
It's fine.
Fulmer.
Jackie, you just be as chaotic evil as you can be. I am for it. Like
I'm
what?
certainly here for it.
Tur-
Steven's going to be the victim
That's
tonight.
it's coming, buddy. It's coming. I can sense it. Just don't get any of him on me when you
All
when
right,
you
I'll
rip
do
him
my
to shreds.
best.
I'm gonna explode and just make sure that it gets all over you.
Flipping the script, what is something super niche that many people might have never heard of or they might have forgotten about, but that you swear by?
So mine is kind of weird. because it's a story that's been retold many times that people would know of, but it's a version of this story that I watched when I was a kid, and I don't think I've met a single person who, other than myself and my sister who had to babysit me, that's watched it. In like the 50s, I think it was the 60s, a movie came out called Rear Window by Alfred Hitchcock, and that story has been retold many times, including in the 90s. There was a kid's version of that, which basically just means this guy from a window sees somebody gets murdered and nobody believes him that he saw it happen, so he has to try to like convince people by being stuck in the window. They did a kid's version of that called Clubhouse Detectives, and it was just this kid who woke up to pee in the middle of the night and looks out his window and sees his neighbor kill his wife. And again, this is a kid's movie, and nobody believes him, so he has to get like his friends together. They have to like come up like find out what happened to like this guy's wife, but she's on vacation, like a solo vacation by herself, and nobody believes that she was even there because she had left a few days ago. And it was kind of like a kid's thriller, and I don't think anybody else has seen it.
That was a lot of words.
That's a lot. Yeah, no, it's that doesn't.
I could talk more about.
Doesn't
this,
feel like an
choosing not
appropriate
to.
kids movie, but
It's like PG.
I mean, I'm
was
just
it
saying.
the 90s?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the mid. I think it was mid to late 90s, like
Yeah,
97.
That explains it.
Neff, what's something that's like super niche that most people have never really gotten into, but you swear by it?
I won't say it's super niche because they just came out with a brand new movie of it, and it was like $180 million movie.
Like trillion, gazillions.
But it flopped because a lot of people don't get it. But I like Tron. Like Tron is like I know there's a whole ride.
Would
I
you
was gonna
say that it's super
There's a
niche?
ride.
niche if there's a ride.
There's 3
Who
movies.
actually
rides.
knows about like the story of Tron that rides the ride? Okay?
Don't quote the old magic to me, which I was there when it was written.
As much as I want to back you up, I would say something that just had a new movie come out, not even 6 months ago.
An animated series,
has
video games.
One of the more popular rides at Disney. Is that very? I don't think it's very
a
niche.
booming soundtrack by Wendy Carlos. Come on, man.
Pick something else.
I'm going to give you a
sir.
minute to think about it.
Okay.
Ollie, what's something that's super niche? Many may have never heard of it, but you swear by it.
There's a website called Phone Scoop
Oh.
that I use to research when I buy my Android products.
Kids, get your parents' permission before browsing the internet.
Be careful
But
to the
yeah,
Android
I-
website. There may be viruses.
You're able to compare phones and battery sizes, camera, all the things that matter and blah blah blah. And I love it. Every time I'm ready to upgrade my phone, I go check out the current phones.
And you have to upgrade
On
your
Phone
phone
Scoop.
quite a bit because they don't last very long, or...
No, it was just because when it comes out with a better product than Apple,
Okay.
I just
Well,
move on.
Let me know when that happens.
Okay.
all right.
Oh,
all right.
There's one right here.
Oh, man. Oliver brought the salt tonight. Steven, you might want to tread lightly because you've got a whole table there of people that are diehard against you.
I'm feeling chaotic. I'm taking everybody down with me.
Jackie?
So there is a YouTuber that I like to follow and have been following since about 2020. Stephen, one of the times you came over to my apartment, I had it on. It was Goldshaw Farms. It's a guy
Oh,
who...
yeah. That was
it's a
so
guy,
adorable.
It's so wonderful. It's a YouTuber. He moved from Connecticut, started his own homestead, and raises... Now he's got ducks, geese, weird chickens, Highland cows, goats... He did pigs for a season, and it's just sounds.
What was that sound? What was that?
Oh,
Oliver, was that your phone, Oliver?
It
Just
was
like going
Oliver's
rogue on us?
Oh, your
No, that's
Android's
okay.
broken.
I'll give you a minute to fix that. Jackie, you were saying ducks?
So, and it's just essentially him vlogging his life on the farm as he's like kind of figuring out how to homestead and do everything. And I like everything. He's got 2 livestock guardian dogs, Toby dog and Abby dog. And they're wonderful, and I love them.
Thank you, Jackie. Now you got me wanting me to change my answer because I didn't even think about YouTube. I was thinking specifically about like
I
movies
live on
and TV shows.
YouTube. YouTube Premium is
It's
my
the best
favorite
investment.
Yeah,
subscription
that's the
I
only
have.
subscription I don't think I'll ever let.
Yeah, if
Th-
I get rid of
yeah.
everything, I keep YouTube.
Jackie, I want to recommend one to you because I like
Yes,
it when I find a
please.
YouTube channel that people don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
about. But
Oh, my
maybe
God.
everyone knows about it but me, but I've never heard of anybody else
Mr.
talking about
Beast?
League of Pigs.
Never heard of it.
And it is these cute little piggies, and each of them represent a different nationality. So there's like Pepper Sanchez, and there's
This one's jumping.
and they race.
Oh
They
my
set up
goodness.
racetracks for them, and they let them race each other. And the whole thing is like called with commentary, like it's a real race, and it's just
I'm gonna preemptively subscribe. I can always
adorable.
They let them race, or
yeah.
they
No,
make
you
them
don't want to
race?
unsubscribe. You want to get those League of Pig updates.
And it's like 20-minute long video, 18-minute.
Can I Kalshi bet on it?
Yeah, super cute. Can you? Yeah, I'm
You
sure.
can Kalshi bet on everything.
Yeah, I'm sure
There's a
you can.
Kalshi bet going on tonight, and if Jackie's going to kill me.
Yeah, that's exactly
I got the
right.
house on that one.
Neff, did you come up with a better answer?
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'll say it. I'll say one. I got one. I got a doozy for you.
Okay, go for it.
There's an old 80s movie. It's a Zorro movie.
Oh.
It's called Zorro the Gay Blade.
Okay, we're done here. All right, for me, it's a musical answer. Because I like when I find a band that is, like kind of, wow, I love discovering new music. And sometimes I'll find music that's just a little too weird to be mainstream enjoyable. One of my favorites that I really, really love is a group called, they used to be called Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. They just changed their name to somebody in the Gimme Gimmes. I can't remember what they changed the name to. Changed the name based on the lead singer. But they do punk rock covers of songs, like old love songs or Broadway
love
musicals
punk
or
rock
things
so
like that.
much.
It's just a really cool band, and they just go so hard. I love it, and great harmonies, and it's a cool band. But that's not my answer. My real answer is a musical group that I love, and they're just so weird, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. But it's a band called Dread Zeppelin, and it is a cover band that does old Led Zeppelin and other classic rock songs, but they do it to a reggae beat,
Yeah.
and their lead singer is an Elvis impersonator.
God
Yeah.
bless
I remember you
So-
showed that to me a long time ago.
Dread Zeppelin. If you find it on Spotify, listen to their cover of Stairway to Heaven. It is a banger. And just understand, it is Led Zeppelin songs sung to a reggae beat by an Elvis impersonator. It is as niche as it gets,
That is true.
but I swear by it.
that almost
it's
sounds like a
bop.
dream that you had one time that you were
Yeah,
describing.
no, it is definitely something different. So, Nick, is there anything weird that you're into, niche that would be unusual to somebody else?
The only thing that comes to mind, I don't know if it's as niche as some of that, but the cooking show Good Eats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good
Great
show.
show.
Not super mainstream, but love it. It's definitely worth a watch.
Super
Especially
cool.
if you're you like cooking and you're a science person.
Yeah.
It's the best show.
Is
What
it
about-
like
what
is it
about
available
that
on?
Minecraft YouTube channel? What was that one called again?
Oh well, any of the hermit crafters.
Any
would
of the
be
hermit
great.
crafters, yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, let us know what you're really into because we're always looking for cool ideas. You can use the question hashtag 2question interview and let us know what kind of cool niche things that you really enjoy that we could probably jump on and celebrate with you. We're going to play a quick game, and this is a super simple one. We're trying to do it almost every week, but it's something that we call the lightning round.
Let's see if I can get something this time.
The lightning round, all you have to do is say your name to ring in. These are Bible questions, and we want to show you who's Bible brilliant tonight. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Say your name.
Steven.
Steven, are you ready?
Yes.
No, you are not, unfortunately.
Oh.
You are not ready. So point deducted. All right.
Starting negatives already.
To whom did Jesus say the kingdom of heaven belongs?
Neff.
Steven.
I heard Neff.
Children.
Children is correct. Who was the first king of the Israelites?
Steven.
Stephen.
Saul.
Saul is correct. How many people were on the ark with the animals?
Steven. It's 10?
No.
Are
Neff.
we counting women?
We are counting women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neff.
Do you have an answer, Jackie?
No, I have to do the math. Hold on.
Neff?
12.
No.
I know the answer now.
Jackie?
Is it 6?
No.
6 was my
Ollie,
my next guy.
take your time, man. You got the answer here.
I don't remember how many
kids
sons
did
he had.
Yeah, I thought he had 2 sons.
I remember
So
the answer now.
I'm gonna guess he had 12 sons plus their wives. That would be 24 plus Noah and his wife 26.
His sons were Shem, Ham, and
It
Japheth.
was
He had
3
three
sons.
sons.
Plus their wives
It was
and
a
Noah
6.
and his wife. It was a
Six.
total of
It was
8.
eight.
I was
Yeah.
so close.
You know, I was
Total
stuck
of 8.
between 10 and 8, and I went with the latter, and I should have went with my gut.
That's okay. You guys all were wrong.
Yes.
What do we call the first 5 books of the Old Testament?
Neff.
Steven.
I think Stephen started first.
Was it the Pentateuch?
The Pentateuch is good. We also would have accepted the Torah or the law. And how many generations from Abraham to Jesus are listed in the book of Matthew?
A lot.
Take a guess.
Nope.
Neph.
Several.
Several is correct, but no point awarded. I need a number.
Steven? Is that 26?
No.
Oh.
Jackie.
24.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, you're wrong.
Yeah, I figured.
Neff?
Just throwing numbers out
Take
there.
a guess.
70.
70.
70,
No.
sir. That's way too many.
Ollie?
17.
17. You guys were all wrong. This
Yep.
number is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. The number was 42.
Dang it.
Yeah.
42. So nobody's
42.
terribly...
I remember after I said it, I think it was 21.
Nobody's
and then
terribly Bible brilliant tonight, but that's okay. We won't hold that against you. I would probably say that was our worst lightning round
was.
ever, though. So we need to redeem that with something that we call the best thing ever. The best thing ever is a voting bracket where we are determining this season who the king of all nerds is. Brought to you by the 3D Print Nook. Nick Sadler, what's on the docket for tonight?
All right. So, last week we had Abed from Community versus Data from the Goonies.
Yeah.
Any guesses?
I hope everyone spited
I'm
Steven.
gonna guess Abed.
This really could have gone either way. This is a coin toss. Ollie, what do you think, man?
Probably Abed. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anybody think Data?
I hope it's
I want Data.
Okay, Jackie really tried to sway the crowds with her push
Spite
for Data.
Steven. Hashtag Spite Steven.
Hashtag Spite Steven. Did it work?
Unfortunately for Jackie,
Yeah,
Abed pulled ahead.
All right,
Yeah,
that's probably the right answer.
Joy
So
and Abed
so
in the
Abed now
morning.
goes to the finals, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I think so.
All right. So Abed will face the winner of this next round. Who do we have on this week's Best Thing Ever?
For this week, we have Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Versus Peter Parker.
Oh.
Man.
Because you have like a crowd favorite and then like the almost literal definition of a nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Better be Peter Parker.
Jackie,
finding you.
shut your mouth. You ruined last week's vote, right?
I ruined nothing.
I
Steven
was gonna
ruined
say,
everything.
I was gonna say it was Sheldon. He's again definition of a nerd.
All right, where can they vote for this, Nick?
They can go vote for this over on the Nerd of God Squad Facebook group, or they can go to the nerdofgodcast.com and a link to the Facebook page.
Yeah, love that. Before we get to our talk tonight, I just want to see, hey, what have you guys been reading? What have you guys been watching? Has anybody been watching or reading anything, playing anything
Yes.
lately? That's Steven?
I have. Thanks
I
to
was going to say, you better talk about it.
Jackie and her husband. Mostly Mike started it.
Well, yeah, but he talks to you
But
more.
he talks. Yeah, I talk
But
to Mike.
Jackie's
I talk
on
to
the
Mike
show.
like 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Jackie's on the show, so let's
Yes.
talk through her.
But
Yes.
because of Jackie also talked to me about it, I just started the.
All right, sorry, Steven, time is up. You talked about too much about who got you into it. Oliver, what have you been into lately?
Well, Celia and I finally finished our rewatch of Supernatural.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not Supernatural.
I was going to say,
Small-
I'm like, how long did that take?
Smallville.
Smallville's basically Supernatural, but with kryptonite.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was like over 200 episodes,
Yeah.
and we finally finished it. It was a great watch.
Do you
really
like
enjoyed it.
like the way it ended?
No,
No.
no. I
Did you
didn't.
want to see Superman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of Superman
Yeah.
a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Nefri, what you been into, man?
I finished reading Naruto all the way through, and now I'm reading Boruto.
How many
Naruto
issues
Next
were there of
Generation.
Naruto?
There are 700 issues of Naruto. There are 80 issues of Boruto, but they're twice as long as Naruto.
Has not opened his Bible since 2023. Jackie, what are you really into?
So I'll help Steven out with this one. Mike and I have been trying to read more lately,
Okay.
and one of the series that we started reading, and this is going to be like with a kind of
Parental advisory.
parental advisory for it, because anytime you read anything that's a grown-up level book, it's hard to find things that are 100% good. Dungeon Crawler Carl
Okay.
has been making its rounds on the Book Talk, and it is a lit RPG book about a guy named Carl who goes into a world dungeon with his ex-girlfriend's show cat named Princess Donut, the Queen Anne Chonk, and they have to try and...
Wait.
Yes, you heard me correct.
Named what?
Princess Donut, the Queen Anne Chonk, or Donut for short.
Okay.
No, don't call her Donut.
Princess Donut in front of the
Okay.
Chasms. And so essentially they're trying to win back Earth from aliens while being streamed on an intergalactic TV show, Survivor style.
All right.
There is language in it. That's why I'm going to say with that advisory. So keep in mind with that. But the audiobook is fantastic. Jeff Hayes narrates it. And
Jeff Hayes?
Jeff Hayes.
From, I don't know. I was hoping
I
you
don't
could
know
give
what
me a-
he's
okay.
from,
I was
but
like,
I
give
literally-
me you said Jeff Hayes, like, Jeff Hayes? Jeff Hayes?
He does such a good job voicing all of the characters, and it's just so fun. Like, I can read the book by myself, but it's so much more fun listening to it while I'm reading it. And Mike and I got Steven into it, so he's on book 1 right now, and Mike and I just started book 5. There's
Reminds me of the meme where it's like, man, did you guys know that they have this place that has transcripts of all your favorite audiobooks? It's called a library.
It's called a library. And it's a very fun series, and I've been I'm looking for book recommendations. So Squad, help me out. I'm
Yeah.
definitely
I
down.
got one for you, Jackie.
Give me your recommendations
And
because
then,
I love reading.
And then, but give her the recommendations of like the books that she can talk to
yeah,
people
I
about.
want to talk to more
like,
people about
like
it.
if she gonna like you gonna recommend some of y'all ladies out there reading that werewolf adult stories and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
I'm not
I want to have intercourse with fairies and elves and centaurs and
I
stuff
will
like
say
that.
I do not care for romance books. Please don't recommend those to me. I will
There you go.
respectfully decline.
Give her something that's good.
I like fantasy.
So sorry, Stephen. I knew where you were going with that because I knew you just started doing that, but I wanted to give her the opportunity to do it because she also got me to
Okay.
read that book.
Oh,
I
have
have-
you actually read it?
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that
Okay.
she got the
I
credit
have something
there.
else that I've been
Okay,
into.
what have you been
It's on
into,
my to-read
Stephen?
list.
So I'm almost
Wait. Neff, who is Jeff Hayes?
He's just a guy.
Okay, all right.
He's pretty cool,
I
though.
saw Nev immediately going to like look it up. So
So I'm almost done with it. I have like an issue and a half left, but I've been reading the Secret Wars, the second Secret Wars storyline, the
Hitman?
one by the one from like 2018 or 2015. It's very good, and at least so far, like Doctor Doom is the big bad guy. And you don't like Doctor Doom, but I kind of don't hate Doctor Doom at the same time. It's weird because he's definitely bad. He's not a good guy, but I kind of like him.
I like the way you
They
said
made you feel
he's
things.
definitely bad, not a good guy.
there's I read a story, and I think it was Doctor Doom and Kang. But it was a storyline where Doctor Doom. I think the book was just called Doctor Doom, where he was like the hero of the story. Like he was the one that it was all alternate universe, and he was the one that kind of saved the world and was like the super good guy. And man, Doctor Doom is a really cool, fascinating character. Yeah, definitely. Well, I've done something lately that I didn't think I was going to do again.
Oh,
Yeah, I decided to go back to the island.
I walked into your office the other day and you were
Nice.
playing.
I haven't done it with the new update yet.
I
Tell
have
me
been
all about
playing
it.
Animal Crossing, and it is just as cozy and wonderful as you remember.
I might call in tomorrow and play it.
I'm just telling you. So with the new update, there's just a bunch of little things that are super cute and super convenient that you can do. Now, let's just say all the stuff that used to be like annoying and unnecessarily time consuming. I want to craft something, right? So, but I need like 3 tree branches. I need a water bucket, and I need gold brick or something like that. But all that craft's back in my house, and I got to haul all the way back to my house to get it. Now, if you own the stuff even in your house, you can still use it when you craft without having to go back and
God
keep it in your
bless.
pockets.
That's nice.
You can get expanded storage, so you can store more and more stuff in your house. You can upgrade your storage 2 more times. Let's just say I want to make some fish bait, and I need 10 fish baits, so I got my 10 manila clams, and I want to make 10 fish baits. Now when I go to the crafting table, I can just say make 10 of these instead of having to make it over and over and over and
Nice.
over and play that animation over and over again. You can like select the number that you want to
love
craft.
that.
It makes it super easy. But the really cool big new addition that's all flashy is that there is now branded, licensed Lego items in the game,
Oh.
which is really cool. There is also, if you use a Legend of Zelda amiibo, you can invite to your island either Tulin from, or... Oh gosh, who's the one from Tears of the Kingdom? The deer girl with her husband gave the arm to Link. She was one of the.
yeah.
So Sonia
No, it wasn't Sonia.
or no?
It's her anyway.
Deborah.
It's Deborah. So we'll call her Deborah.
Sure.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's one of those. It's funny because they all have those little catchphrases they say, like chirp or like squawk or whatever they say when they're talking. Hers is construct, and but it's cute. You can invite them to the island as your camper and actually get them to move onto your island. And they have Zelda themed houses,
Nice.
which is really cool. Plus, once you
Give me a
use
Korok.
once you use a Zelda amiibo in the game, you can then unlock from the Nook shop all of this Zelda gear. So you can dress your character up like Zelda, dress your character up like Tulin, dress your character up like Link, or dress your character up like classic Link. So you can do like Breath of the Wild blue tunic Link or green tunic Link. You also get a bunch of decorations, heart containers, and Triforce, and fairies and bottles. And it's just a really, really cute, fun, neat upgrade. And I've just been enjoying going back to my island and visiting my old friends. And Animal Crossing is one of my favorite franchises. So that's what I've been really, really into lately. So Nick, have you been into anything? What have you been watching? What have you been doing besides putting your giant Lego Starship Enterprise together?
Yeah, that was fun, by the way. I've been watching Star Trek Academy.
You like it?
Ooh, yeah.
I do. May not be for everybody because it definitely has that teenage,
It's Riverdale in space, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Or Riverdale in San Francisco and in space.
Or like Buffy, that kind of.
Gotcha.
It's like a Star
Gotcha.
Trek CW show.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but it's actually really good. I definitely would recommend it if you're into that kind of stuff. So
Okay. Yeah. What's the name of the hologram character?
the Doctor or Sam?
Sam. Yeah,
Sam.
not the Doctor, the girl hologram.
The character is a hologram?
She is a
Yes.
hologram. She's a sentient hologram. She's the first one in Starfleet.
Yep.
She is definitely a neurodivergent character.
She's a photonic.
Yeah, a photonic. Excuse me. Very, very
She's
good.
a neurodivergent AI.
Yeah,
Love it.
I don't know that it will be timeless Trek. I don't know that it'll be the kind of Trek show that people still go back to
Yeah.
30 years later. It blows my mind. This is the 60th anniversary of Star
Yes.
Trek this year, you guys.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
60
Crazy.
years, dude.
That's wild.
And William Shatner is going to be at MegaCon.
Nice.
Yeah, he
Well,
is.
And I feel like if you don't meet William Shatner this year, it might be too late.
I want to meet Riker.
He's like
Rebuke that.
95.
Yeah, he is definitely up there. But I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Nick, I know you're a huge Star Trek fan too. I don't feel like this will be the timeless Trek that people
No.
will go back to years later and go, yeah, this is my Star Trek.
There's a lot of stuff in it that's like dating itself for like today.
It did the dialogue. It felt very much like a modern, even though it takes place 800 years after
Yeah.
main continuity Star Trek. But yeah, it does feel very modern. So who knows? But if you like Star Trek, worth a look. If you just like being all ragey about stuff online and claiming that you hate every franchise that
That's just
isn't
a
the
lot of
one that you
people.
grew up with, then go on there and hate on it. Have fun. You do you.
Yep.
Yeah, well, very good, very good. Let us know what you're into, man. We're always looking for some new ideas out there in the Nerd of God squad. We've got a lot to do tonight, not a whole lot of time to do it in, so let's just get right into this.
Yeah.
We're talking about the City of Lost Children tonight, and now do you know what the City of Lost Children is?
It's
The City of Lost Kids?
Yeah, it's from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
It is from Chitty. Is it from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Maybe.
According to a thing I made up. So it's a title of a video game that captured my attention years ago when I saw it in what I assume was like an EGM or a Game Pro magazine.
Oh, I remember Game Pro.
Yeah, remember that? So we're going way back in time here, and it was a video game where the whole plot of it was you're a character where children are being kidnapped by this mad scientist so he can steal their dreams, and it came out in 1997 for the PlayStation, and it was directly based on a French film from 1995 of the same name, The City of Lost Children, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet and Marc Caro. And the thing is weird because it was a video game that was based on a very niche French
Yeah.
movie that nobody had ever heard of.
Yeah.
And I remember being fascinated by it, and I had to actually look it up because I thought, did I have a dream that this game was a real thing?
Do
Because
you, like Mandela affect yourself?
I know I've never heard of anybody that has even been aware of this game, much less played this game, much less known the movie that it was based on.
Right.
And it started getting me to thinking about like the idea of a city of lost children, of games and movies and TV shows that just we all forgot about.
Yeah.
Like the stuff, the franchises, the all of the different movies and stories that time forgot. And this movie's super obscure. This game is super obscure because it's not like a big budget movie that became a video game, right?
Yeah.
Even some movies that weren't that great had good games. There was one that was Vin Diesel, Pitch Black. Was that it?
Oh, yeah.
What was
Yeah.
the Chronicles of Riddick was the sequel to that.
Right.
Yes.
And they did a Chronicles of Riddick game that like the movie was like mid, but the game was supposed to be like one of the best games of the year. And so you have this kind of big budget appeal that people recognize Vin Diesel, but this isn't that. This is like something that just it put itself out there. People put the work into making it and sending it into the universe, and then it went just nowhere. And I want to think about those things. I want to think about games and movies and stories that they might have captured someone's imagination at some point, but that went away. Now, you know Mario, and you know Sonic, but do you remember Bubsy?
No.
Bubsy 3D.
Do you remember Alex Kidd?
In
you-
a racing game, like a
Alex Kidd was a platform game. He was basically
Oh,
before Sonic. He was Sega's mascot character.
I remember.
Oh, okay.
I barely remember that.
Or do you remember Gex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I like the Gex games. They were not very good, but they were ahead of its time when it came to like kind of meta stuff.
How
Gex was great.
about Conquer?
These are all words.
We'll never see the squirrel Conquer in a Smash Brothers game, but Conquer was a huge Nintendo 64 game that actually it was like rife with pop culture references and movie takeoffs. There was a whole scene in it that was based on The Matrix, but it was very
So as a Gex ripoff.
but it was very R-rated.
Yeah. it
Oh,
was very
wow.
So it was like a super cute little platformy mascot-y character game, but it was very dirty and like pushing the envelope as far as like, oh, that cartoon squirrel drinks alcohol and he's got
fighting a big poo.
he's fighting a big poo. Yeah, so
As a big yellow bear.
but they all of these characters that were like mascot characters, they had mascot energy, they had box art swagger, but they were engineered to be the next Mario, but then they fell into the chasm that time forgot, whether they were tied to the wrong console or they just came out at the wrong time or the games just weren't that good or whatever the thing. Okay, so another one. We know Star Trek.
Yeah.
60 years old, right? We know Star Wars, almost 50 years old, but there was other shows that came out that were their contemporaries, like Space 1999, or Buck Rogers, or Flash Gordon, or a little more recently, but barely more recently, Babylon 5, or Farscape. But, these shows that have deep lore and wild ambition and devoted fans, but they didn't become household mythology like Star Trek or Star Wars. Can you think of anything else, like other games or movies or shows that time sort of forgot? Oliver, you mentioned one. We were chatting a little while ago. Disney made a movie kind of hoping to have the next Pirates of the Caribbean on their hand.
yes, the John Carter movie.
John Carter.
Yeah.
Which, to describe it, it is a Civil War soldier who goes to Mars and inspires a revolution,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a great story. I think Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote the stories, the books. Disney optioned it, made it into a movie, and hoping to have the next big franchise.
And it didn't happen.
The same thing happened. Disney did the same thing with the Lone Ranger. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He even got
Oh,
Gore
with
Verbinski.
Army Hammer was the
Yeah, Army Hammer
And
and
Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They got the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wait, was that
director.
the one where they fought the big giant spider at the end?
No, that was
That's
Wild
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 West.
West.
Another
Wild
one,
West, yeah.
right?
Speaking of Superman
I loved
Lives.
Wild Wild West.
Do you
That
guys?
was a
Do you
good one.
guys? So what's another one? Can you think of anything else?
Wasn't the youth group like super into hero clicks?
Oh.
Like,
No, it
back
wasn't the
in
youth group. It was me and Tony. That's pretty.
Yeah,
It felt like the youth
Hero
group.
Clicks was really cool, but yeah, it's not a big thing. I think a lot of games like that kind of come into popularity and then sort of go away.
Yeah.
Boy, that hurts. I still have boxes of those things. I spent so much money on HeroClix.
Yeah, we would go a lot and go buy some.
Yeah, yeah. Other games that just sort of like fall apart, or movies or things like that seemed like a really big deal.
Well, there was one that was, I think, so I don't know if this would fit into what you're talking about, but it was supposed to be a big deal, and then nothing really came from it. Was PT?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was a big deal.
But
and
that
then-
got canceled. Like
Yeah, I'm
that
saying.
really never had a chance to get legs. It wasn't like something that came out and it was like, it sort of disappeared. Like something along the like people remember Resident Evil because they're still making them, right? But like
Yeah.
a lot of people might forget Alone in the Dark or Clock Tower or something like that, right?
I tell you what, this got a revival a couple years ago. They made both an animated version of this and a live-action version of this, and then another live-action version of this, like 20 years later.
I swear to God, if you say Tron,
No. It's also got a comic series, The Tick. A lot of people don't get into The Tick, but the people who are into The Tick
I love
The Tick.
Yeah. That's a great answer. Great answer.
He's a superhero, a silly superhero for those.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember I guess it's probably from the 90s, so we're going back 30 years on this one. Do you guys remember The Rocketeer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe Johnston.
That should have been a franchise. That should have been a major series that Disney could have done. I mean, what's better? A guy in a period piece 1940s movie with a flying jetpack fighting Nazis.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What about Billy Zane's The Phantom?
Yeah, I forgot that Billy Zane's The Phantom existed. Yeah, wow.
There's a little bit of Rocketeer history at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
And what is that,
It
Jackie?
is over by where you can get the frozen Cokes
Yeah.
at Keystone. We have a little piece of Rocketeer hanging out right over by that location.
Super cool.
Pretty cool.
Super cool. The Rocketeer, they used to play the Rocketeer music, one of the songs at the Fountain Show at Epcot in the mid-'90s. Would you like to know how I know that so specifically?
Because
I heard that Fountain Show 4 times an hour.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this could be there. I feel like it might get there because they definitely tried to make it a thing. The Eternals. Like there may be some. I feel like they may bring some of the things back.
Are we ever going to see Patton Oswalt and Harry Styles come back in the MCU?
Probably not.
Right now, I'm doing a weekly series with Scott Higa on the Christian Nerd Podcast, and we're re-upping our ICU MCU, where we review and we're reviewing all the ones that we never got to before. We did all of the Marvel movies leading up to Endgame, and now we're doing the post-Endgame Marvel movies.
I enjoyed the Eternals.
We just did Black Widow and Shang-Chi, and now we're going into the Eternals next.
You guys want to do the shows as well, or just movies?
No. Dear God, there's not enough time before Jesus comes back. But we just watched Shang-Chi, which Shang-Chi ends with the 10 rings will return, and then the Eternals, which ends. It's like there's things that maybe even Disney Marvel forgot that they were supposed to make continuations of these stories. Do you guys remember Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow?
Yes.
No.
That movie was
I
awesome.
remember the name.
It was again another one of those like kind of period pieces. Maybe if you're just making something that's like noir and like period, it doesn't work
But that
out.
was such a cool movie.
It
with
was visually-
was it Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie was in it.
And
Jude Law
Jude Law, dude. That movie.
or
was,
Ewan
Sambo.
McGregor.
No, it was
I
Jude
can
Law.
I
It
can
was
never
Jude
tell the
Law.
difference.
Either way, great combo.
That was a
Yeah.
cool movie.
TV shows. Do you guys remember Pushing Daisies?
Yeah.
It was
I remember
actually
hearing about it.
It was actually Scott Higa that got me into watching Pushing Daisies.
okay.
Who's the guy that was in that? He was
He was Ronan in.
Ronan in Guardians of the
Yeah, I know
Galaxy.
who you're
and
talking about.
he was the Thranduil in the Hobbit movies. Slappy,
Adam.
smutty, Samsonite. Yeah,
He's
no,
very tall.
but it was one of those shows that it was really clever and really fun, and then it ended so abruptly that you can just tell they had to tack on an ending to the back of the show.
Lee Pace.
Lee Pace, that's right.
Scott Higa's yelling at you right now.
But I'm sure he is. He usually does. Heroes.
Yeah.
Well,
Heroes.
yes, because they ended on a cliffhanger.
But then it went away. Like it's
then
not
away.
part of any conversation anymore.
And then when they because they did like a new season, right? Like 6-7 years
And
later.
no one cared.
But did they wrap it? I didn't watch it. Did
I
they
didn't
wrap
know,
it again?
and nobody else did either.
Oh man,
And I would say that we were above
I went
average
back and
fans
watched
of the
it.
show Heroes.
no. You and I would have deep conversations about like our.
Who is Takezo Kensei, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we want to
Who-
know.
Yeah, that show had such promise.
Save the
did.
cheerleader. Save the
do
world.
you remember there was a show that they came out with that was like normal people living in like the DC universe?
Yeah. It was it a law office or a newspaper
Something
or
like
something
that.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Danny Pudi was in it, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
I never watched it.
Another thing that I think was. I think it's more so the idea of it didn't take off because they tried it in two separate franchises, but DC Universe Online and then Elder Scrolls Online.
I think Elder Scrolls Online was big for a while.
I never played. I didn't know anybody else that played it, but specifically DC, I would think you and me played it for like an hour.
I played it all the way back in the day when you had to pay like a monthly subscription fee to play it before it became free to play.
Yeah, I played it. I think it did 1 month, and I'm like, I played this game twice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna re-up on this one.
Yeah, there were so many different things. A couple that I wrote down. Does anybody have any more? I don't want to like just steamroll your ideas or your memories
a lot of
here.
these, I'm like, yeah, sure, those were things that existed.
Do you remember Treasure Planet? It was a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Treasure
Yeah.
Planet.
Right,
That
so-
is one that did not get the recognition it deserves.
Do you remember the counterpart to Treasure Planet, Titan AE?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Nobody else does either, right? Like,
That's a what's his name? The guy who does all the famous like Anastasia and stuff
Don
like that.
Bluth?
Don Bluth. That was a Don Bluth movie.
yeah, Treasure
Don Bluth
Treasure
worked.
Planet, Titan AE, kind of both spacefaring movies came out around the same time.
Yeah.
John Carter, TV shows like Jericho,
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Angel. Do you remember
Oh, yeah.
that? That was Jessica
Alba.
the Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Falls was a really cool show that was just it popped up and then it popped off, right? Fringe. Didn't your sister?
My sister loved
Fringe
that
on
show.
Fox. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was J.J. Abrams.
One of my
Where's that robot?
one of my favorite gags was when Family Guy got canceled. I think after 3 seasons,
Oh, yeah.
and then they came back a couple years later. And Lois is like, "Oh, they really canceled us, Peter?" And he's like, "Yeah, there's no way we can come back. The people at Fox need to have room to put all these fine television programs on." It's like, "Well, is there any chance for us?" "Well, only if," and he lists off like 50 shows. He's like, "Only if every single one of these 50 shows get canceled." He names it. It's like this and 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 this. He's like, if all
like
those
4
shows,
minutes straight.
it's like if all those shows get canceled, we do have a chance. It seems today that all you see, because literally all those shows got canceled in the time between Family Guy getting canceled and coming back. And
funny.
so many, it was great. So many brilliant premises here, and loyal fans to these shows and people that have buy-in on these things, and then they just get pulled, right? They're canceled before they can become legends. Kids shows. We remember the Ninja Turtles,
Yes.
right? We remember things like Thundercats and Masters of the Universe, new
yeah.
Masters of the Universe movie coming out this year. But do you remember some of these ones that just time forgot? Do you remember Reboot?
No.
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 I do.
You do?
Yes.
Your kids liked Reboot, right?
No.
No?
We're not
You
old
like
enough for
Reboot?
I mean, I liked the original when it first came out, and then
It was like cutting edge 3D animation,
Yes,
right?
at the time,
And
yeah,
now it's
absolutely.
terrible. Now it looks
Oh,
like it
it's
was rendered on a
horrible now.
Nintendo 64.
it looks like it was rendered on potato.
Was that
That's an
You
insult
look
to
like you were rendered
potatoes.
up on a potato.
kind of like the Ultimate Spider-Man show?
No.
Spider-Man
No.
friends.
No.
Am I thinking of something different?
Yeah, Reboot was like computer programs that were like alive.
Well, no. I'm talking about
Kind of like
the,
Tron.
I'm talking about the animation style.
You're
No,
thi-
you're
you're
thinking
thinking
of
of
the
the
MTV
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
yeah.
show
Okay, that's
with
what
Neil
I'm-
Patrick Harris.
That's what I'm thinking.
That
of
looks
then.
like
Yeah.
that's like a continuation.
like cell shaded. It was a continuation of
Of
the
the
movie, the
movies.
Tobey Maguire movies.
Okay.
You remember Pirates of Darkwater?
Nope.
No.
No.
Oh, I
you
remember the title.
Do you remember Mummies Alive?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Biker Mice from Mars?
Yes.
Yeah.
How about this one? Street Sharks.
Yes.
Yes.
That I
Street
remember.
Sharks.
Dude, these things, they come out and they blow up toys and cartoons
did
and
not
Was
watch
lunch
Wait,
boxes.
Street
As a
Sharks
kid,
a
clearly.
TV show?
Yeah.
I remember the toy. I remember the commercials.
Oh, there was all kinds of like these things that just didn't have the staying power, like things that you forget. Like Cops was one of the I think the late '80s, fighting crime in a future time.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
I was like,
and
I
wait,
remember that one.
Cops the TV show? That went on for like
Bad
30
Boys,
years.
Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Yeah,
It's
but
Cops with a Z.
these shows would come out. People put their time and energy and effort into making these things, and but the marketing or the timing or the audience mismatch or just they get lost in the shuffle. You can't be a Biker Mice from Mars when you've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles doing it way better, right?
Yep.
And instead of them becoming legends, they become things that people like us talk about, and people go, "Oh, I remember that." Like, "Oh, I haven't heard that in a long
Like
time."
Freakazoid.
What happens to those characters and those movies and those franchises? They had all the right stuff, right? But they just didn't stay in power. They didn't stay in the. You said Freakazoid. I'm sorry. That was my prompt to go. What's a franchise that you love that nobody else remembers?
If you would have asked me like 10 years ago, I would assume nobody else remember this, but I don't know if it's just a resurgence of people my age talking about things online. But the Three Ninjas,
Okay.
I loved all of those. They're all direct-to-video. I don't think any of them got theatrical releases. One of them was made years before the other one and was released afterwards. That's the weird little thing. But I love those movies, except for the fourth one.
Okay. What's a franchise that you love that nobody else remembers? The question is just hanging over your
Yeah.
head like a sword of Damocles. from a video game, a show, a movie. I'm still waiting for the sequel to Mac and Me. I don't know. Like, where is that? We're waiting for that. Sometimes these things come back out too. Like,
yeah.
But you know, something that, man, nobody remembers this.
I think the struggle right now, at least for me with stuff like this, is because of the internet. A lot of things have made resurgences that would have just stayed lost and forgotten
Right.
had we not been able to share
Yeah,
the
that's fair.
information and stuff. So like I'm trying to like think like, oh man, what was I into like as a kid or a teenager that like my algorithm knows me very well, so it just brings stuff up. So I'm like, oh yeah, clearly no one forgot about this thing, you know? But I can't think of anything.
No? Neff, what do you got, man?
I mean, back when I was like a little kid, I would like shows like Butt Ugly Martians.
I have never heard of Butt Ugly Martians.
It was a kid show about these. It was like a 3D, I believe it was 3D animated show about these little Martian guys who would just run around doing like crazy antics. There was that one, and then Crash Test Dummies.
I remember Crash Test Dummies because it was based on the commercial series about, hey, you know, fasten your seatbelt or you'll die.
Yeah, but they made it
Please.
into a kids' TV show. So those were the type of things that I remember from like my childhood that I didn't really like. They never had anything past a couple seasons.
Okay. Ollie, you got anything at all?
Something that just popped into my head, the Snorks. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, overshadowed by the Smurfs, right? But yeah, it was
Kinda,
basically
yeah.
Smurfs underwater.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
It was like Village Living, different characters, and they could propel themselves with the little horns on their heads
Oh,
and stuff like that.
They were
in
like
the water.
snorkels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically snorkels.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay. All right. What else you got?
What else you got?
I don't know if it's like niche, but the EA Sports Big
Yes.
franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, those
What?
are those. I think that was a weird business decision that those things got forgotten. But yeah, I need SSX back in my life immediately.
And NBA Street.
Yeah, good
Ex-
call.
Speaking of games, the Midnight Club racing series.
Yes.
I love that. But then Rockstar Games put all their money into
GTA
into
and
GTA and all
everything.
that.
Specifically GTA Online.
Yes.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I
I loved Midnight Club Racing.
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
Yes.
That was the jam.
Yes,
I had
it
that on my
was.
PSP.
Yeah.
All right. Any other movies or shows or anything else that we forgot existed?
Oh, the Fast and the no, not that.
No,
I wish we could forget.
know
I
what?
said forgot existed, not that we wished we could forget.
You know what I wish they would either reboot or wish they had made sequels to?
What's that?
Was Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I watched it recently for the first time a couple months ago, and I was watching it and I'm like, I either need more information before this happens or information about what happens after this.
Are you
movie.
asking for a Buckaroo Banzai prequel?
I'm asking for a whole like get up of prequel, movie, sequels, all of it. I want it all.
Okay.
Because he's such a cool character, and like he should have taken off. It should have been like this big, huge pop culture thing. But I feel like nobody ever talks about Buckaroo Banzai.
You talked about Buckaroo Banzai like 2 episodes ago.
I
So
know, but
You're like the one holdout that's keeping Buckaroo Banzai alive.
I love him.
I'm for it. Anybody else got anything?
No.
It's just funny when I went to Universal Studios the other day. I was at Islands of Adventure, and I went into Toon Lagoon, and they had a photo op out there with Popeye and Olive Oil.
Aw.
Oh man.
And they were like real. They weren't like in a masked costume character. They were actually like real people, kind of
Yeah.
dressed up. And Popeye had the big arms and the pipe, and you know, they're doing the whole thing. And but the thing is, kids were just walking right by
Yeah.
them and not giving them any recognition at all because they just had no idea
Yeah.
who Popeye and Olive Oil were. And this was a really good Popeye and a really good Olive Oil. And I was seeing it, I'm like, I'm gonna go take my picture with them because
Yeah.
like literally nobody
Yeah.
is going over there and acknowledging them, and I felt really bad for them. So but it's like it's so funny because Popeye is a legendary heroic franchise, as cartoons and movies
Yeah.
and the fried chicken restaurant. Well, not really Popeye, but you know, but kids today have completely forgotten, like, do not have any frame of reference for Popeye the Sailor.
yeah, and that
That's
Robin
just bad
Williams movie.
parenting.
And it makes me wonder what's something from today that 20 years from now, no one is going to remember? Are we going to still be talking about Minecraft and Fortnite in 20 years?
Probably. Avatar, I hope not.
Yeah. Yeah, that one might go away.
I need them to stop making
Avatar,
Specifically,
like
the
James
blue
Cameron.
people. Yes.
it. The blue people.
not
as
Avatar: The
as
Last
the
Airbender.
Beatles
That's staying forever
taught
and
us.
ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't like those movies. Like, granted, I haven't seen any of them, and I refuse to see any of them. I've banned them for myself. It's 100% James Cameron's fault. He will not get a dime of my money for the Avatar franchise.
They're very good.
But this last one, I was so happy.
Sounds to me like you have built a hill that you can die on this one.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I know I'm probably in the minority there. I was so happy when this last one seemingly bombed comparatively for how expensive
It only
they are to
made
make.
$1 billion.
That's right.
I don't think it made that
but
much.
it cost almost $1 billion to make.
Yeah,
Probably.
it has. When the housemaid is outselling Avatar, James Cameron messed up. The Housemaid is like a thriller movie with Sydney Sweeney.
Based on a book.
Sydney Sweeney versus, she was in the Madam Web movie, so you can see why she's a hot ticket right now.
That's true.
Yeah. Something else that from today that you just think, man, that's not going to be something. I say the Starfleet Academy show. That's something people are going to be talking about.
Shooting fish in a barrel with that
Probably not wrong.
What else? What's something that you think, man? This is not going to be a thing in 20 years.
They've tried expanding on the prolonged resurgence of The Office by doing like a spin-off show, but like I just don't think I don't know if it's out yet, and if it is out, I haven't watched it.
The Paper?
It's
The Paper?
the whole season is done.
Oh, okay.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna make it.
It was
Saying
cute.
that I haven't seen it.
It was cute.
But like,
It was cute.
is it gonna have the same staying power?
No,
as The
absolutely
Office?
not.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's like it's the and,
It's a
and for
money
my
grab.
for my next trick, it was cute. I watch it.
I will.
Watch
I
it,
will.
but watch it all the way to the end because it's a slow burn.
Okay.
You
I like a good
at
slow
first
burn.
you'll be like,
Well, so was The Office.
I was gonna say the first season of The Office was kind of a rough
Yeah.
watch.
yeah, no, but you, the second iteration of it should stand on the shoulders of the first one
Yeah.
in ways that are more than just like, oh, random cameo from Bob Vance in the first episode.
Oh,
right?
nice.
So it's but watch it.
Yeah.
I really
on
hated
Peacock?
it. I really
Okay.
hated it until I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm always down to watch and keep as open mind as possible, but the writing's on the wall. Whenever you do something like that, like the chances of it having the same staying power as the thing that made you want to do the spin-off.
Yeah.
Like,
So let me go back to Stevens Hill with Avatar.
Hi.
I think that so Neff, you kept mentioning Tron. I think there's something about the first Tron that is timeless
Yeah.
that the other Trons didn't quite live up to, because I liked the Tron. What was the movie?
Legacy.
I thought Tron Legacy was fine,
yeah.
and I'm sure
Soundtrack was
I'm sure
banging.
Tron Ares is fine,
It is.
It's Neff's favorite one.
but not timeless in the way that, man, we're still, Tron came out 40 something years
Yeah.
ago. Are we still going to be talking about Tron Ares in 40 years? Really objectively, Neff. Do you think that has a multi-generational staying power, that movie? Even as much as you liked it?
I don't think by itself it does. No.
Yeah. So it bothers me when I see a generation of kids. I guess for me, this is just me being my crotchety old man. But it bothers me when I see a generation of kids that see Michael Bay's Transformers and think that's what the Transformers are supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And again, that's a personal preference, but that doesn't mean that the original Transformers doesn't have staying power, but the new ones I think do too. I think that
It's a new generation.
as terrible as most of those movies were, they will have staying power. The same thing I think with the Star Wars prequels or sequels. Those things have staying power. They might not be my specific iteration of those kind of things, but there is a sort of timelessness that goes on them. Sometimes people will go back to the well and they'll try to dig something up and say, we're resurrecting this. Do you remember the movie, I think it was 1987, 1988, it was a Lucasfilm movie with Warwick Davis called Willow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made a resurgence.
And the resurgence got buried so quick that Disney pulled it off of Disney Plus.
Yep.
You can't even watch it anymore.
So sad.
So you're talking about like something that they thought, hey, this thing has a little bit of a timelessness to it. We're going to continue the story that was so bad that it actually damaged the legacy of the first one.
Yeah.
That's why they pulled it.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Like
Like,
it
that's
doesn't
so
it doesn't
unfortunate.
cost them any extra money just to leave something on Disney Plus.
That's why I don't get like why they never released Batgirl. It must be terrible if they're not even gonna let anybody
Oh,
watch
for tax reasons.
There you go.
it. All right.
Shows you Internal Revenue Service. Listen, I don't want to, die on this conversation tonight. I know that we'll probably sit there at 3:00 in the morning and just like shoot up and go, "Oh, that was the one I should have mentioned."
I will be dead asleep at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Tony. I
but-
need you to know
It's
that.
almost
But not-
Jackie's bedtime.
but-
Yeah, my alarm's about to go off.
But
so-
not when you remember the Never-Ending Story 2, right? Again, you'll go,
The one with Jack Black?
Was Jack Black in the Never-Ending Story 2?
I think so. Or that one or the third one. It was one of those two.
Maybe. I didn't know that. Now I've got to go back and dust off my Never-Ending Story VHS tapes. But for all of these things, there's a reason we're struggling to talk about this tonight because we don't remember these
Yeah.
things. Like they have been locked out and in the vault of our brains and not we can't dredge them up. Here's the thing that I want to kind of put a pin on this thing with. Where we kind of pivot from the retro to the eternal. In our world, relevance is decided by popularity or sales or sequels, the cultural staying power. But in God's kingdom, remembrance is decided by faithfulness and obedience and the hidden things, the hidden service, the quiet endurance. And Jesus talks about this in Matthew 6 when he's like, look, your Father who sees in secret will reward you.
Yes.
There's so many things that might have like the cultural footprint that we then forget. Like it was a big thing and then it just goes away. But for us, it's the things that nobody sees that make the biggest impact in the kingdom of heaven. The world has a city of forgotten things, right? But God has a book of remembered names. And that's something that we can take a lot of hope in because the characters that we forgot weren't failures. They just didn't become famous. But in the same way, many believers feel like, look, man, nobody cares about me. I'm not the pastor or I'm not the worship leader. I'm not somebody that's up front. What I do is quiet or it's out of the way or it doesn't. I might be the pastor, but I'm not the pastor of the mega church. So somehow my work is less significant. I don't have as many followers on social media as this person or my videos don't go viral or whatever. If your service is unseen, or your faithfulness goes unnoticed, or your own obedience is uncelebrated, don't be discouraged because heaven doesn't run on box office numbers. Jesus said in Revelation 3:8, I know your works. Not I know your followers, not I know your platform, I know your works. And that means that even if it seems like nobody else is taking notice, or even if it seems like the world around us has forgotten and moved on to the next thing, don't be discouraged. Because God sees, God knows, and even if nobody else is still talking about it in a year, eternity will proclaim what you've done for the kingdom of heaven. Jesus talks about even if you give a cup of water to a child, right? Like it's the simple things that nobody sees and nobody makes a big deal about that make the biggest difference to God. So be timeless. Be effective beyond your own reach by doing things sometimes quietly for the glory of God, because those are the things that really, really matter. And you won't fall into the recesses of obscurity with Buckaroo Banzai or the other things that we couldn't remember tonight.
Yeah.
Titan AE or the Lone Ranger.
Or Scorfs or whatever Oliver said.
Scorse?
With
Snorks?
Snorks.
Oh, that's what it was. See,
Snorks.
I didn't even remember it, and Oliver just said it.
You know who loves Snorks? Charlotte the intern. I wish
Really?
she was here. She would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time that we have for tonight. We would love to know what shows and movies and books and games that time has forgotten that you still hold on to and remember in your
Yeah,
heart.
what snork would you be?
Which snork? All-star. I'm
Tell us in the
all-star.
comments.
Always all-star.
Yeah.
right? If you know, you know. But yeah, join the conversation and keep praying for us. If you're interested in our MegaCon outreach, you can go to nerdofgodcast.com, get information about that, about how you can pray and how you can be part of the financial blessing. It is a lot of work, it takes a lot of planning, and it does take a lot of finances. The Bible says that money answereth all things. So if you'd like to be a part of the blessing and helping us come up with print materials, giveaways, promotions, things that can draw people's eyes to Jesus in a culture and in an environment that doesn't normally do that very well, we would love for you and be grateful for you to be a part of it. But for all of us here at the Nerd of Godcast, thank you so much for listening. We can't wait to hang out with you again next time. For Steve-O Supremo,
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Jackie freaking Diaz,
Bye.
Jamaican Ollie,
Irie.
Quentin Gregory Neff,
I'll never forget you.
Nick the engineer,
Goodbye.
and on the camera it's Nikisha. Don't you forget about me. She does love her, The Breakfast Club. My name's Tony T. Until next time, we ain't gots to go home,
But we can't stay here.